Hey y'all, Q's Corner. I want to say happy Lord's Day, happy Mother's Day to you. Y'all, this one is fun. Looks like in Birmingham we have a Carlee Russell 2.0. Different crime, same issue, filing a false police report. Let's not waste any time. Let's get to it. I have some questions. Let me share my screen and let's go. So here we have what it says. Hoover woman charged for falsely accusing nephew of shooting. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why this keeps popping up again. A Hoover woman was charged with filing a false police report. The Hoover Police Department said 51-year-old Joni V. Langford Green called 911 around 7:30 p.m. Wednesday, May 1st, to report her nephew shot at her during an altercation inside an apartment at the 400 block of Crown Woods Drive just before she called. Police said Green told police her nephew was a Birmingham police officer. Police said officers found evidence of a bullet impact inside the apartment and detained Green's nephew at the scene. He was placed on a 48-hour investigative hold in Hoover City Jail while the claims made against him were investigated and detectives searched for corroborating evidence. Police said detectives received numerous conflicting statements from involved parties and independent witnesses and ultimately discovered that the man had accidentally discharged a firearm several days prior to the 911 call made by Green while he was cleaning it. The incident left minor property damage, but police said no one was injured and the incident was not reported to the Hoover PD. Police said there was an argument between Green and her nephew the night of the 911 call, but she falsely reported the accidental gunshot occurred as part of the argument. Police added facts gathered in the investigation indicated there were ongoing domestic issues within the family that led to these events occurring. No probable cause was found to formally charge the man with a criminal act, and police said he was released from custody. Green was booked in the Hoover City Jail Friday, May 3rd, with a $500 bond. All right, let me stop sharing my screen. I have to figure out where I'm at. Stop sharing screen. There we are. Y'all, what is up with we're just going to say it, black chicks in Hoover filing false police reports? We have two in less than a year because it will not be a year until July that Carlee filed her false police report. I got questions. The first one I just said, what's up with black chicks in Hoover filing false police reports? Two, she told the police that her nephew was a Birmingham police officer. So my question for him is, how is it you were cleaning your weapon, it gets accidentally discharged while you're cleaning it? Why didn't you check to make sure that the firearm was completely empty before you cleaned it? Was it discharged because your finger was on the trigger? Because I'm really not understanding how, as an officer of the law, you don't fully check to make sure that weapon, and usually when you clean it, you take it apart anyway, but that weapon is completely empty and your hand is not on the trigger. So I got questions about that. My other question, the article stated that he was placed on a 48-hour investigative hold. So he went to jail because she said he shot at her. Then she was booked into the Hoover Police Department on a $500 bond, which means she got out. It's $500 bond. She didn't spend any time in jail. So my question is, why couldn't she get placed in jail for 48 hours because she falsely accused this man of something? Why is it that women are not paying the price for what they do? Now, she has not had her case adjudicated, and maybe we will see her go before the court and kind of like Carlee did, get a year in prison, because the misdemeanor does carry a year in prison, or year in jail, excuse me, because this is in Hoover. A year in jail. We know that because this is the same thing Carlee was accused of. So maybe the judge will give her a year also. If he does give her a year, will we see her counsel stipulate an appeal so that it can get moved to Bessemer so that she could probably get the same thing that Carlee did. We don't know her background at this point in time. So we don't know if she has anything prior that's going on that may be a mitigating factor or may not be a mitigating factor, may actually be something that the judge uses to actually give her jail, even if it is moved to Bessemer. We don't know any of these things yet. But I'm just saying, we do know now that the bullet was discharged while it was being cleaned, which I really do not understand, especially coming from a police officer, if that is indeed true, because it said that she said he was a police officer. Again, what's up with the black chicks in Hoover filing false police reports? Why he had to go to jail, but she got to get bonded out. I understand they wanted to have him, it was an investigative thing, but 48-hour hold for you to investigate. Why couldn't I bond out and just go about my merry business? She got bonded out for $500. Misdemeanor, I get it. You can't set the bail really, really high. I get that. But again, it looks to me like we have females being treated differently than males, because once you found out there was a false police report, I'm just saying, we're going to hold you too, lady. We're going to let you out on a $500 bond eventually, but you're going to get a 48-hour hold because this man had to spend 48 hours in jail. And I'm pretty sure that means he couldn't work his shifts as a police officer in Birmingham. There was one less police officer on the street in Birmingham, although I will say I'm not sure that I necessarily how comfortable I am with him being there, seeing as how he didn't properly make sure his weapon was cleared before he cleaned it. That's a whole other story. And that could have cost him his job. That could have cost him his job and his freedom. Y'all, we got to stop this. We have to start punishing people with the same amount of punishment we would give the person they falsely accused. We cannot let women keep going around accusing men of things falsely because they're mad. Because as we saw this, they had an argument the night she called 911. And so because of that, you get them locked up. This has to stop. And it will not stop until we start giving women the same type of punishment. Hey, this is one girl giving her opinion from her little corner of the world. I can promise I won't always be right, but I hope to be God honoring. I hope we have a good time while we're out here. Again, happy Mother's Day. Love you guys. Later.